Hi guys! It's Haruka and River.
We're not drunk, I promise.
No, we're really not.
We're not drunk. We're filming in front of a live studio audience today.
And it's a little weird for us.
And this is our first time in front of a live studio audience.
Ooh.
I do believe we got our first boo of the night.
No,
Well, I
not
hope
at all.
loved.
Right? Hopefully we don't have too many more of those tonight, so yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna do the Akaicon review. Ake, how do I say it?
I've been saying Akaicon.
Aki. That sounds better than Aki.
But if we're wrong, somebody please correct us.
Yeah,
So,
because we're not really sure.
Akaicon review, have my badge.
Yeah, this is new.
So, tell them what you're going to do with the whiteboard.
So we have our host today, which is Mary. She's over there, you'll hear her.
She's our director.
She's our
Yes.
director and the host for today.
Yeah, like, go ahead and tell them what we're planning to do with this.
Yeah. So basically, we're going to divide the con into certain aspects like vendors, panels, etc. And we're going to write down our scores, and we have no clue what the other one's going to give.
Not at
Because
all.
we have not talked about this. And then kind of justify like why my score is right and hers is wrong.
Compare and contrast
That type of stuff. And then
Yeah.
we'll give an overall review at the end. So,
with our overall grade. So we're going to be doing 1 through 10.
yeah, 1 through 10.
Alright.
So,
10 being the greatest, 1
Yeah.
being the lowest. Alright.
so Mary, our director, which one should we do first?
Why don't we talk about the dealer's room first? That tends
My
to be
favorite.
where, yes, a lot of
My
con goers go to
favorites.
cons just for the dealer's room.
Me being one. 1, 2, and...
Can that
Woo.
be seen on camera? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I see. I see it. So
What was yours? I can't.
mine's a 7.
Oh.
Looks like yours is a 5.5.
5.5.
But that's okay though, because I will tell you kind of like what justified
Yeah.
this, like the higher score. Because I was thinking hard about it just now, which is why it took me so
I
long to
also,
get my score.
if just to put in somebody else's opinion who's not here, I think Jules would give it about, I would guess maybe around a 7 too, because he got a lot of yaoi.
That is true.
That is true. He got a lot, of, and that's actually
The
one of-
manga, yeah, the manga
the
sale.
manga
was
sale. That
incredible.
was actually one of the main reasons why I gave it such a high score.
Yeah.
Was the manga. You guys got a lot.
The manga vendor he had an entire, like, third of one of the walls, and it was just crazy.
Reasonably priced. Everything was reasonably priced. You guys got a good amount of books because good deals, good books. So
Yeah.
that was part of why I gave it a 7. Also, we found a vendor that sold K-pop. And that was the first time I had seen that amount of K-pop merchandise. And we got I got a really nice jacket from my personal favorite K-pop band BTS. And I hadn't seen that anywhere. So
She
that
was
was
really excited
I was
about
super
that one.
excited about that one. That one was cool. So that was another reason. I also thought the grab bags were pretty decent that we got from the dealer's room.
Yeah.
So I believe he come out from
Yes,
he was part
my pet Cecil also, he came from a dealer that sold basically just stuffed animals.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he wasn't from a
he wasn't
grab
from a
bag.
grab bag, but
He was
I-
not from a
Okay.
grab bag, no.
but
no, no.
he similar plushies
Yeah.
were in the grab bags.
Mhm.
And so and his stuff I
Oh,
wanted
Panda came from a grab bag.
Oh,
Panda, he came from a grab bag. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty decent, good quality,
Yeah.
nice, looking
If
plush.
if I remember right, the Cecil cost about $12, which is how much Panda would have cost, and the grab bag itself was $20, and it came with a lot more plushies
Right.
than that. So it was about I would even
Yeah. but-
60, somewhere between $40 and $60.
yeah, you're getting like a $60 value for like $12. So that was really decent.
But why do you say it was 5.5?
now I feel kind of guilty about my score. So I'm a little bit of a negative person sometimes. And the reason why I gave it a 5.5 was the biggest thing for me was a lack of variety.
I was actually going to
We
say that's
kept
why my
seeing
score
the
was a
same
7, yes.
things over and over and over. And part of it too, like you like the K-pop stuff. That's not me. So for
Right.
me, that vendor just didn't do anything for me.
To be fair, after I bought that, the vendor didn't have anything extra. He had some plush, but their plushes weren't to the quality or the prices of the other vendor that had the plush. So I was like, okay, K-pop, unfortunately, that's all I can get here.
Yeah.
And then when you go to look around, I was like, well, now I'm comparing and contrasting the plushies and the price, because there were several vendors that sold plushies.
Yeah, it was just, it was kind of lack of variety, and there just wasn't, I like to buy things in the dealer's room. I get my fanish stuff at conventions. I know I can order it online, but I prefer to go and get it in person. And I just didn't really buy a whole lot, and that disappointed me because I normally give a good.
Yeah.
I tend to give a good bit of money to the vendors.
Me too. That was disappointing.
Yeah. So I mean, they weren't awful for me, but they weren't anything wow, which is kind of why I just gave them an average. You know, right down the middle for me.
That's fair.
So.
Fair enough. Alrighty.
There was that one. They did have a few different things, like they lay with the compact, because I haven't seen that.
That was really neat, yeah.
That was neat. So they had like the little bits and pieces vendors that we did see had neat, interesting things. There just wasn't enough of that.
Yeah.
Alright. Sounds good. So how about we, in contrast to the dealer's room, we do the artist alley. What do you guys think of the artist alley?
Ready?
Yep.
Close.
Close.
Close-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. I didn't want to give it just a straight 7. I'm not
We
just going
both
down
went
the
up
stretch,
by
but
0.5.
yeah. That's great.
So obviously,
And it happened. We called it. We knew he was going to fall, and
he fell.
he fell.
Well, obviously we can agree that the artist alley
Was better than the dealer's room.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people that, and I've been to other conventions before, where the artist alley has been better than the dealer's room, and every time I always say, it's unfortunate, but this year the Al's already was better than the dealer's room, because the dealer's room is meant for the vendors, for the nice big stuff that you can't get.
Yeah.
And when I think that the artist alley is better, that's just disappointing to me.
That's very weird for me, because I typically, the artist alley, I take a glance around and then it just disappears from my mind. So it is very odd that the artist alley got a higher score.
I liked their variety. They had some
they had very good variety.
different variety stuff. Almost, you did not see too much of the same thing at every booth. There was, of course, there was artwork at every booth, but there was different styled artworks, different characters, different themes. It was really good.
Yeah, and one thing that really helped put it ahead for me was the fact that the artist alley actually had things that I was willing to buy, because I normally don't buy fan art.
Yeah,
I would rather have
the original artwork. Yes.
And so, but this artist alley, actually, I got a couple of things, and that's very, very odd for me. But it was because they had more than just fan art.
There was much more like probably can't see them right now, but I'm actually wearing these Iron Man earrings, which I bought at the artist alley for a very reasonable price. And they had another vendor who sold jewelry, but they were clay made jewelry. So that was completely different than the earrings that I bought. And then even at her table, she had bags, she had necklaces, she had her fan art.
Yeah.
So it was like an overall booth of her artwork, her style, and everything was original, which was really nice to see.
Yeah.
So it was a great the hat girl. There was one particular
that was really neat.
there was one particular vendor there.
Shout out to the hat girls. We don't remember
I've
the
got
name.
you guys. Character hat designs.
Good job.
They
you stuck the sticker.
They put their sticker on my badge, which I also thought was super creative. Instead of a card, which will get lost, a sticker, put it on your badge. That was best
a really
marketing.
good idea.
I bought a hat. I don't have it with me at the moment, but it was a cute little side hat.
I think you're wearing it in one of the previous vlogs.
I am wearing it in our Sunday vlog. I'm wearing it, and that one was cafe themed, and they
It
had
was very
lots of the nerdum
Mhm.
and themed hats. They were great.
Yeah.
All right, so that covers our artist alley review.
Yep.
Our studio audience is not clapping and or, so I guess
Yay.
we're just
One of you.
very much.
Why don't you guys do panels next?
Panels.
I feel kind of bad for the
Me
score.
too. I'm
about
really
to give.
sorry.
I'm sorry. We have really
Sorry,
good
we
reasons.
do. We're just
We have really good
All right.
reasons.
Well,
and.
What'd you give?
What did you give? Okay, so I said 5.
I said 4.5.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry
I feel
too.
really-
I feel awful. I feel really.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to say anything bad about anybody, anything, because I understand the hard work
Yeah.
that goes on behind the scenes to put on a good con and to make sure
We
that
love
we all
Akaicon.
have. We do. We love you guys, and we understand the behind the scenes of what it takes
There's
to get
stuff
the
we
panels
don't know.
together.
so
Yes.
talk about why.
We're just gonna keep apologizing until Mary tells us what the next category is. But
Yeah,
I
we
will
should
say,
explain.
Okay, so I'll say because I think you have a little bit more to say about it than I do.
Okay.
So I'll just start off and say the reason I gave it a 5 was because unfortunately there was not a program booklet that we were able to
That
get.
was a big part of my score.
And because of that, they did provide a copy that we could take a picture of, so we knew the days and times of the panels and what they were called.
Right.
But
It didn't give
it didn't
any
give any
descriptive.
summary. All I had, it would say like Yu-Gi-Oh tournament 1:00 Saturday.
Mhm.
Example. That's not one that was actually there's example. I don't know. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Are we talking about it, or am I watching people
Yeah.
actually duel? And do I get to participate in
Yeah.
dueling? There was no information. So when I was looking through your list for each day, I'm just like, oh, that sounds interesting, but I don't know what I'm getting myself into. If I
Mhm.
want to forego maybe getting an autograph to go to this panel
Yeah.
instead. And so I'm not a big panel person, but I do, if there is something there that I read and I'm like, oh, that sounds real interesting, I will make an effort to go. And unfortunately, I didn't have a description of anything, so there really wasn't
We
anything
were
for
going
sure for me to
off
go.
of titles, and
Mhm.
that is.
It
it's-
just didn't work for us.
It's great that people can be creative with their titles,
Yeah.
but it also, if there's not a descriptive summary, we don't have a lot to go with. And in this case, because there wasn't a program guide, that was really detrimental. And
It was.
I believe we were told that there was some issue with a copier. So I get that no one did it on purpose.
Yeah, like we know it wasn't intentional and we know things happen,
Yeah,
but it's just an unfortunate event to have happened.
yeah. So that was a huge part of my problem. I'm kind of midway on panels. I enjoy going to them, but it's not my primary reason for going to a convention. And I understand that this was their first year in this hotel, correct? Wasn't that what we were told?
I believe so. I think that's what I heard.
Okay. And so I understand that there are, growing pains when you move hotels. I feel though like it wasn't planned very well for what panels went into which rooms. And that was kind of a problem because there were people that weren't able to go into certain panels that normally would draw big audiences. And I think they should have been moved into other rooms that had a higher capacity. So, we didn't end up going to a lot of panels, and a lot of that goes back to that program guide. I am so sorry, but honestly, that program guide.
And it's unfortunate because even though you could say like, well, they're just not that big into panels, but we want to go and see the
Yeah.
panels. And then when we finally found one that we're just like, yes, we're going to go. We may not know what it's about, but we're going to go and check it out. To be turned away at the door is it's an unfortunate feeling because then you're looking in through the window and
Yeah.
you're not participating. It was something we were very excited about, something we really wanted to share. Now, I will say the panel that we did get to check out, everybody enjoyed.
Yeah, that was a good panel. I will say before anyone starts yelling at us in the comment section, I am very well aware that sometimes you have to line up for panels. I've been to Dragon Con. I understand this is a thing.
Yeah.
However, this is a smaller convention. It's a bigger, I mean, it's not tiny, don't get me wrong, but it's a size where had the panels been put in the correct rooms,
it would have made a big difference.
I really don't think anyone would have had to have been turned away.
No.
So,
I think that was just our hardest part, because actually finally getting up to go to a panel we were excited about, to be turned away at the door is a big problem.
we watched through the window for a while, and we
Like
saw
sad little
this.
puppies.
Yeah, we saw lots of flailing, and we just, which also was a little disappointing to us because it didn't reflect what we actually thought that panel was
Yeah.
going to be about. So that was also a slight problem for us too.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think...
Okay, I think we talked enough about
so,
it. You guys understand.
sorry.
We're sorry. We still love you guys.
Yeah.
And they said growing pains, but now maybe you guys know for certain panels, let's try to get them the bigger room.
Yeah.
And then for certain other panels that aren't, that just keep doing what you were doing. Because like I said, the panel that we did attend, we thoroughly enjoyed.
Oh, yeah, and
everyone
it was
had a
perfect
good
room
time.
size.
Mm-hmm.
I think
And
we can say which panels there are.
Do you want to?
we can
Yeah.
say the let's start with the good one since we went to the Yahweh Jeopardy panel. That was a lot of fun. That was my first time at a Yahweh panel.
You were a trooper.
I was a trooper.
Yeah.
I don't typically read or watch Yahweh, but I wanted to be there with my friends, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
For someone who is not predominantly in the Yahweh world, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, it was, I will say that panel was run beautifully.
Yes.
They did have technical equipment that they had to use for this panel, and it worked. And,
Yes.
and I have been to panels where the technical equipment didn't work.
So have I, yeah.
And it's really, really sad when that happens. So that was beautiful. Obviously, they had worked with the con to make sure everything technical would work.
Yeah.
The panel was set up perfectly so that they were very visible up front.
Yeah.
They had the room situated so that there were seats for everyone. It was very,
People
very
were coming
well
in
done.
throughout the entire time, so there was no problem with capacity.
Yeah.
People were welcomed in even. They were just
Mhm.
like, people would show up maybe 10, 15 minutes late. They're just like, spread yourselves out, two over here, here are the rules, and they kept going.
Yeah, there wasn't
was-
a big jarring
There was
stop.
not a jarring stop. Anytime someone walked into the room, they flowed real nicely.
Yeah,
So,
so that was a very, very well run panel. Props to you girls.
props to you girls. So,
So the not
not so.
great panel. It
I'll
was,
let you take that one over.
it was the creepypasta panel.
Yeah.
We were really excited about this one. As I'm sure you could tell in our previous vlog, we were very, very excited about it. I'm a huge creepypasta fan. That was the panel that we got turned away from.
I was actually being introduced to the creepypasta world that night, and my friends were very excited to introduce me to it, have a big long conversation, and just get me in this world. And I was excited to do it. I was ready, and I'm not real big on scary horror type stuff, but I was ready to dive in full force. I was super excited, and it was just, it's really disappointing.
To get turned away at the door. And so we got turned away. The mentioned earlier video capacity was 40 people. Creepypastas aren't small panels. I've never been to a convention where a creepypasta panel ended up being a small panel. So if it had been in a bigger room, we would have been able to go in. So our judgment had to come from outside through the window, like we mentioned earlier, we were watching. And whatever was going on in there did not seem to be creepypasta. There was flailing.
Yeah. There was way too much laughing among the actors. Not, like, yes, the audience, they were dying hysterically, but the actors were laughing among themselves. And for a scary
as far as
panel,
content, you wanted it to be more scary, not
Yes.
comedic.
it shouldn't be a comical panel. It should
No.
be like scary campfire stories, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's really how it should be. And so that was really disappointing. Not throwing off on anyone.
No.
Maybe that was, and the thing is, this kind of goes back to the program guide. Maybe the creepypasta panel was kind of like a parody
Yeah.
But we have no way of knowing this. So all of our judgment had to come from that title. So that was that was disappointing. So yeah,
I think we're done with the
on that
panels
bad
now,
note,
We're
yeah.
done with that. Yeah. So
Let's go to the next thing.
Mary, you want to give us our next category?
I do want to give you your next category. I think your next category should be hotel.
Ooh, the overall hotel. Okay. All right, ready?
Ready?
Oh, that's really lovely. That's a really good number. Yes. Oh.
Our studio audience is dropping the ball. All right, so we both gave it a 9. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we really like this hotel. If you guys want to keep using them, I say yes.
Good hotel.
Always.
Very, very good hotel. There was enough. There was enough space for everyone.
Yes, everybody.
The rooms were nice.
Super nice.
I love the fact that we had balconies.
Everybody had a balcony.
Everybody
I loved
had a balcony.
that everyone had a balcony.
That's amazing.
I loved it.
Love that. Most hotels won't even let you open the hotel window because they think you're going to kill yourself.
Our sink got clogged our
the
first
-1.
night. That is the -1. But the 9 comes in as to how they handled it.
Yeah.
We spoke to them, sink's clogged. Okay, they had somebody come up right away to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And for our inconvenience, they gave us free breakfast vouchers,
Yeah.
which was super nice of them.
It was.
So
they did not have to do that.
They did not have to do that. They took care of everything quickly, efficiently, swiftly, smoothly. We didn't go without.
Yeah.
So it was such a spacious
And there was
courtyard.
parking.
There was parking everywhere. It
Yeah.
was so good
Parking's
on parking.
normally a huge issue, and
Yeah.
there was no issue. And the courtyard, like you
Courtyard
said,
was gorgeous.
We got some great photos.
Great photos there.
I mean, it was just, it was
a
good.
great hotel. I say have it there every year. It was great.
Yeah.
I actually think going back to the rooms and stuff, but I actually think that they had enough rooms for what everyone wanted to do,
Yeah.
for everyone's panels, for the timing, for there was no without for it. They had
Yeah.
the space for everything that you guys would want.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I will say, I do wish that the con would have taken a little bit more advantage of the lovely courtyard. Normally, there are photo shoots,
Yes.
and I didn't really.
You didn't really see too many going on.
Yeah, there
I
wasn't
think there
many
was
going
a
on.
few here and there. I don't know if it was in the courtyard or not,
Mm-hmm.
but apparently there wasn't enough for us to actually see a lot going
Yeah,
on.
and that's normally there's a ton of photo shoots. You know, some photographers like, hey, I would like to, work on my skills, and do y'all have a cosplay theme? Marvel or DC or whatever, and then there's a ton.
And maybe
of
that's
people.
also for something us as the Congoers get it, come up with a theme, post it on Akaicon's Facebook and say, hey, Sailor Moon photo shoot this time, this place, courtyard. Take advantage of the space that the hotel has,
Yeah. It's
That
a
doesn't have to
gorgeous
be the
space.
conventions thing. It could be us as Congoers just getting together with other Congoers and planning it ourselves. Anybody who's a great photographer, post it up on Facebook
Yeah.
and tell everybody to come meet you.
Cosplayers will not turn down free photos.
No.
They won't.
How was
Poor.
the food?
Oh, they had this amazing concession stand, which actually goes into just good props to the convention.
Yeah.
Like, you guys did good utilizing that space that the hotel had and having this great concession room. The prices were fair, the food was great. There was nothing bad I can say, and it was the best idea I'd ever seen. It was a great idea.
Because it was there, it was central.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I haven't seen that
I
plan
haven't.
executed so well.
Yeah.
I've
I
seen
haven't
other
either.
conventions try,
Me too.
and the food is either really crappy or it's really expensive. And
But she's saying.
this was good, cheap. Well, I don't want to say like cheap.
It wasn't.
It was more than a buck.
It was more
but-
than a buck, but so you could get a decent sized sub for $6.
Yeah.
That's good. That sub was filling. It was good. The quality of it was great, and then you could
It
get
wasn't
a sub.
icky food.
It was not icky food. It tasted fresh.
It did.
It
That
tasted
was really
fresh.
surprising.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had lots of different. That's just a sub. They had chicken fingers, which I actually think Mary got, and they had they had chips,
Hamburgers.
hamburgers, hot dogs.
Mhm.
Like I said, chicken tenders. a cooler, big cooler of
This color.
water and soda.
Yep.
Reasonably priced. Everything. I think I ended up paying,
No? You don't?
was it like almost $7 or $8
I
in
think.
all for everything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really, really good. And on that one, I'm gonna say that was probably a joint venture with
Yeah.
the convention and the hotel.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that too.
So props
Just
to y'all.
props to you
I
guys.
mean,
Do it every year. It was a great idea.
good job with the teamwork.
Great teamwork there.
So
All right, I think that covers our hotel review.
Yeah.
Mary, do we have another category?
The game room.
I actually believe that's yours.
that would be yours.
That would be your
It
area.
is.
So Mary's gonna come and she's gonna talk to you guys about the game room for a
Yeah,
moment.
I'm a little busy, but I will.
She's a
do-
little busy.
A
She's
little
part of the
busy.
studio audience today that's doing a really bad
I
job
am.
of being the studio audience, but I didn't say that.
Sure.
Oh, we were gonna put you in the middle.
Yeah, I was gonna put you in the middle.
sorry.
You're the
Sorry.
star of this panel.
Yep.
Panel.
Panel. See, we even have problems with that.
Cool. Okay, so oh my gosh, we all look so good together, don't we?
I look so much taller than y'all.
You are.
All right, so just a real quick review of the game room. I give it a 10.
Oh.
I really like the game room. It was run by some really great people. They had really good games. They had a variety of systems of all kinds. They had a variety of games. This also includes board games, not just video games. And they had a dealer who was selling board games there, as well as other things like figurines and whatnot. They even, aside from like your typical things like the Wii and the Xbox and all that stuff, they had this like picture Pokemon game. It looked like a cabinet, and it was cute. It was a lot of fun, and everyone was just so friendly, and it stayed open late, and it was just, I loved it. I really thought the game room was fantastic. So you guys keep it up, what you're doing with the game room, and just no need to change. No need to change it. Very friendly, welcoming environment there. Lots of friendly people. Easy to make friends.
Nice.
I'm gonna go back to the studio.
All right. So what's our next thing that we should probably go over?
I think that might be
I
everything.
think that might be it.
Almost everything. I think I
just
found
over
one-
what?
One more thing that we actually that we didn't touch on
What?
that I would like to say was their guest.
Oh yeah.
Oh sure,
guess.
sure.
Because I actually pay close attention to the voice actors.
Yeah,
So-
this is beyond my realm. Like,
Um,
props to them, because I know that's got to be hard, but
I will say, so me and Harley Quinn, who's not with us today, we paid close attention to the voice actors, and we were very happy, super happy. I do like, which goes back to the dealer's room. There was two of the voice actors were doing autographs in the dealer's room.
oh yeah,
And that was
was
actually
neat.
nice. That
Yeah.
was, it was funny because it was like, I almost felt like that was like a secret stand, like you're just like walking, you're just like, should I stop? Oh, okay, yeah, sure, sign my, thank you. Like, it was really
It was
neat
kind
and
of
cool
like that
way.
hidden, like
Mhm. It was a really cool way of getting the fans getting their autographs without like putting it somewhere else. It was like central, it was right there, and it was actually laid out well to where the line didn't affect the other vendors. So that was
That was
surprising
really
to
smart.
see. Yeah, it was. I don't know how you guys did it. Keep that up too. That went really well.
really good.
I will say I enjoyed everybody. I loved all your actors. Of course, J. Michael Tatum, who's a favorite, and it was just a pleasure to meet him. There was a professional cosplayer there, Phil Mizuno, and we really enjoyed him. He was sweet. He was humble. Everything was great. Tara Sands, she was sweet. It was amazing meeting her. It was all your voice actors. Bring them all back again. They were a joy. Overall joy. Everybody. All right, so that's, I can just
Yeah.
rave about the guests. So I give it a 10.
Everyone, I don't know voice actors, but everyone seemed really happy with them, so that's always a good thing.
Yes.
I think
All right.
The last grade would be just overall con
Overall
experience.
convention.
Yeah.
All right,
Wow.
let's do
You know,
it.
atmosphere, everything like.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Done.
Ready?
Ready?
Are we gonna
Okay.
play it? It's too late now.
Oh, it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Yeah.
Already.
Too slow.
Oh, well, we had a laptop.
We had a laptop.
Anyways,
Okay.
all right.
Are we close?
Let me see. You probably.
You put 7.85. That's great, and I gave you guys 8.5.
I
That's
seem
funny.
like I'm the harshest person.
No. I
I
don't think so.
So, I mean, I loved this convention. Part of the reason why I think I scored it lower was I was trying not to give too much weight to the fact that I went with amazing people.
Gotcha. People do make a con. I was.
Yeah, and
Depends on who you go with.
The group that we went with, they were amazing. I normally get irritated with at least one person in the group at a convention. That didn't happen this time. That is so weird for me. I normally get irritated with at least one person because I'm not a people person. And I didn't get irritated.
I was not irritated at all either with anybody in our group of friends. So, like, really, when you're going to any convention, just look at the people
Close
you're going
quarters,
with.
yeah.
Yeah, look at the people you're going with because they're the ones. Honestly, they can make or break a convention.
They really can.
They really can.
So that's why I went lower because I felt like I was giving so much weight to y'all.
Gotcha.
But I mean, it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It
I will
was
say, my score with the 8.5 did not actually have weight with who I was with. Like I said, we had an amazing group.
Yeah.
So much fun with everybody. I would say my score is solely on the convention itself. I had a great time in spite of the few things that we had mentioned.
Yeah.
I had an amazing time. Definitely, we're going back next year.
Oh yeah, of course.
I would recommend anybody. This is a con you need to go to because it's fun. If you're in the Alabama, Tennessee area, it's
far.
local enough to go. It's not a bad drive. The drive was super easy to get there.
The area
It's
is
just
very nice.
Super nice. I would just say everything, in spite of the few things that we didn't like, the overall convention, it was probably the best 3 days that we had.
Oh yeah.
I can't, there was not one time where I was not in con mode. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like
that's
I was
true.
solely in straight con mode all 3 days, which is hard and it's rare to happen. So, but it was 8.5. You guys were great. Just keep doing what you're doing. We'll be back next year.
Yeah, you can see, like, I started to feel bad. That's why I added the 0.85
Added the
because I was
0.85.
just going to keep going higher because, yeah, I mean, the 7.85, I mean, I hate to harp on it, but the program guide, that really, really hurt. So, I mean, that's like an entire point. I'm sorry. It's just one of those things with me. I'm picky about certain things. But
We all have our things we're picky about.
yeah, I mean, but next year we're going back. I believe that it'll be amazing because, I mean, like we said, this was their first year in this hotel. So, growing pains.
Growing pains.
And if they did this good.
With growing pains, which I've been to conventions where they've had
Yeah.
transitions, they've had growing pains, and it was a lot worse.
Yeah.
So this was not too bad for your transition.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the things that I have to complain about are little.
Yes,
So,
very, very little.
we had enough fun that we're going back.
We had enough fun. We'll be there. We'll have new cosplays. We'll probably have about the same people we were with
Yeah,
this year.
definitely.
So it'll be great time, great people. Good food, like we mentioned, all around. We're planning on another great Akaicon.
Yep.
Their 5th installment.
Really? I
It
didn't
will
know what
be
year
their
they were
5th
in.
installment. So yeah, go check it out.
Yeah. So, I think on that we're going to leave you. So.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.